Hey, welcome back everyone. Today we are making the ultimate blackberry crumble. Stick around, let me show you how. So we're going to get started with our filling. I've got 4 cups of blackberries. Now you can change this out for whatever kind of berries you want. You can mix it up, raspberries, blueberries, but we're using blackberries today because we've got so many of them out here on the property today. So you're filling, you've got 4 cups of blackberries. We're going to add a half a cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. And the cornstarch is what's going to thicken it up and give it like the pie center consistency. Just want to give this a mix, and then we're going to set it aside and we're going to start on the crumble. For our crumble, we have 2 cups of flour. With that, we're going to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 3/4 cup of sugar. Go ahead and give that a mix. We're adding a teaspoon of vanilla, or I'm sorry, a teaspoon and a half of vanilla. 2 egg yolks. And I have a 1.5 sticks of butter that I've already grated. It was I put it in the freezer and let it freeze, and I grated it. And if you've never done that, it's just really cool to work with grated butter as opposed to sitting there cutting it in. And now you're going to get your hands down in it. We're going to just go ahead and start mixing this up to get us a crumble texture. And we're going to add about 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. And if that's not enough, we're going to keep adding the apple cider vinegar until you get the good crumble texture that you're wanting. What you're wanting is to be able to squeeze this and it stay together. Once we got it to that point, we'll go ahead and start adding our apple cider vinegar. We'll start with about 2 teaspoons. Like I said, just keep mixing this in until you get a crumble that will hold together. Add about 2 teaspoons more. I think that's just about going to get us there. Like I said, once you can squeeze your crumble and it'll stay in a dough ball, you know we're there. So that took about 4 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. If you don't want to use apple cider vinegar, you can also use water instead. I'm using an 8x8 glass cooking dish, and that's probably going to be a little bit too small, but I like a thicker crumble on mine. So what we'll do is you'll start off adding it to the bottom. And you want to get about 1 inch in the bottom, and this will make our kind of like a pie crust base. And you'll pack that in there. I'm just using a measuring cup to mash that down. Stop sticking to the measuring cup. You know what, probably just use my finger would be a lot better. And once you get that mashed down, we'll go ahead and spoon in our pie filling, or I'm sorry, our filling. And that cornstarch is really going to make this thick. If you don't like yours that thick, you want it a little bit more runny, just put less cornstarch in it. Alright, now for your top, what you want to do is take your remaining crumble. You want, to me, I like putting big chunks on top, so what I do is I'll squeeze it to go ahead and start it, and then just start slowly breaking up the big chunks up on top to give it more of a texture as it bakes. You can add as much of this as you want or as little, doesn't really matter. You don't have to use all the crumble that you made up. If you want to use a bigger dish, then that would probably work out just as well. We're going to bake this at 375 for about 45 minutes, or until the crumble on top has a good golden brown on it. And you should see your berries bubbling up around the edges and through the center. Like I said, you can put as much of this on there as you want, or as little as you want. And that'll be just about enough for me. We'll go get this in the oven, and I'll show you what it looks like as it comes out. So it's out of the oven, and it's been resting for about 30 minutes. It's got a nice crust on it. Let's cut into this and see what it looks like. Smells really, really good. Tastes really good too. And there y'all have it. Y'all give this a try. This was a great summertime dessert. Throw this in with some ice cream and you're set. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a blessed day.